Hi Aquarius, this is Yonjo from Truth is Change Tarot, and I'm here to do your February 2017 reading. And I just want to say thank you to all the folks who've liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's get started. So your overall message for February is release. So let's read what that means. All right. This is about personal responsibility and release of blame. It is time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. This indicates the healing of family origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let go? And the thing that goes with it is, see all that you are, for you possess a power that you have yet to understand. This may feel daunting, but great freedom awaits as you meet your shadow self. Profound inner wisdom is coming to you. Stand steady, you are more than you know. And the clarifying cards are release and time. Really beautiful here. I'm gonna put them all together. Release and time. So, seems like one of the first messages I'm getting is that it's really crucial for you to let go of the stories that you were told about yourself growing up. Yeah, because definitely with this time card, it's like a time of reflection, but also it's almost like things that you've carried through time. And, you know, in situations where you feel like you don't have control, one of the things that people do is blame themselves. So it's asking you to definitely turn that information away from blame and turn it into growth. Yeah, with the double message of release, this is going to be really crucial for you this month to be able to have a different relationship with the stories that you've been telling yourself, stories people have been telling to you, family members, lovers, you know, and it's a process of letting go. Like I said, with the time card, it's a process. Time, it doesn't happen, you know, just like that. It's a process, and understanding that you need to give yourself time. Because you built it up for the past so many years, so it's gonna take so much more time to be able to move through those things. But it's also, it's about finding the tools to be able to move through all that baggage you've been carrying. Yeah. So let's get to your love part. So we have, for the singles, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, so there's this definitely a sense of feeling burnt out, or feeling, feeling burnt out, feeling like you are trying to rush things, and it's making it very difficult for you to communicate. With the Eight of Wands here, it has to do with communication, it has to do with movement, and definitely all this, because it's reversed, is delayed. And with the Knights, I don't think this is a person, but it's definitely a fire energy, perhaps that you're embodying, that you feel like you need to embody in order to appear charismatic or appear in a certain way. But right now, it's just leading you to kind of like spend your energy in ways that are not fruitful for you, productive for you, fulfilling for you. So I'm gonna pull another card. Yeah, Six of Cups here is speaking to what I said earlier about just things that you've gathered from childhood, things that you are looking back at and, you know, have a sense of nostalgia around, but it definitely has to do with things from the past coming back, patterns from the past coming back. Perhaps a person is coming back from the past. It's sometimes what the cards speak about. Don't count on it, but I think it definitely has to do with, regardless, anything from the past the past baggage, investigating it. Yeah, then you have the Wheel of Fortune here to clarify the situation, and it definitely feels like, I'm gonna pull one more card. You have the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, it's definitely asking you to be introspective, to see the ups and downs of what your life has looked like up until this point. Like, what decisions have you made? What is your responsibility in the place that you are right now? Because with the Wheel of Fortune, it has to do with luck and fate. But I think there's an element of patterns and cycles, obviously, because it's a wheel. So it's asking you to look at those cycles, especially at times where things have been really difficult to move through, and, you know, take the time to really internalize this knowledge that you've gathered. The last card. Yeah, the Nine of Swords. To clarify, as the last card with the singles here, is asking you to definitely investigate the messages that's kind of pushed you to feel a little bit guarded as well. Because with the Nine of Swords, it's like external things that are coming to, you know, you can see here this bird is coming up and it's about to eat this person. So I'm asking you to investigate that bird. I'm asking you to investigate what those outside things that are making you feel really anxious and really overwhelmed, what triggers that are present now are rooted in the past, definitely. All right. One more card? Yeah. Okay. So then for the couples here, you have the Queen of Swords and then the Ten of Wands. If I can pick it up. The Ten of Wands in reverse here. So with these two cards, definitely the Queen of Wands is your energy, Aquarius. Because that has to do with the air. Swords have to do with the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So in y'all's relationship right now, it's almost like you feel a little bit proud. You know, you feel like you've been doing a lot of work in your relationship to kind of stabilize it. And, you know, you have been through a lot, so you know sort of you've been through a lot of scenarios and situations, circumstances, so you know how to kind of like put things on lock. But it's almost like, it's almost like you're facing the past. You're not facing this Ten of Wands energy in reverse, which is asking you to release the responsibility of taking on too much. Let's see, let's clarify here. The Page of Pentacles here. So with the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like once you delineate responsibility within your relationship, don't feeling like you don't have to take on everything, take on the whole story, have to figure out what the outcome is going to be, then you'll be able to move forward with this Page of Pentacles energy, which is just like laying the seed, laying the groundwork, nurturing the groundwork for making sure that your relationship is moving forward in a very healthy and abundant way. Yeah, so you have the Seven of Swords right now. So, to clarify, to add to the story, it's very interesting. With the Seven of Swords, it's again your energy. And sometimes with the Seven of Swords, it has to do with deception. But I think in this case, it just has to do with you making it seem like you're able to take responsibility for everything. Making it seem like you're able to just carry the whole relationship forward. But, like, that's not true. That's what the Seven of Swords is saying. Like, that only serves to take away energy from you. You know, the other side of the Ten of Wands is that energy being, like I said, with the Knight of Wands, it's just the energy being spent. Like, you're too overwhelmed by all of this. So it's asking you to definitely, like, do that. So with the Moon, we have the Moon card here. So right at the end of, I believe, January, there's a new moon in your sign. So definitely probably you see this afterwards. So the energy from that is going to be still very present, obviously, what it's saying. And maybe there's going to be a little bit of confusion on how to move forward, but it's definitely asking you to challenge yourself to be able to figure out what releasing looks like, what delineating looks like. You have the Fool to clarify the Queen of Swords, and with the Fool card is definitely about taking risks, and also has to do with being vulnerable. So I think there's possibly a fear of being vulnerable to an outcome that doesn't look like what you want it to look like. But the reality is that you cannot control somebody else's behavior, and that's totally okay. You can only control yourself, like what the release card says. You can only, this card is about personal responsibility, acknowledging your inner power, and you'll be able to recognize with that inner power that you're able to translate it into molding your circumstances, the situations around you in terms of energy. But it's a really different game to do that in terms of like other people's actions and reactions. Last card for this, the Queen of Cups here. Yeah, emotional stability is what the goal, having a vision. From this, you'll have a vision of how to move forward in your relationship, whether it's to remain together, to, you know, maybe you're taking on so much because you feel like you need to do that for it to stay stable, and maybe it's saying release your relationship, or maybe it's saying release the burden, so you're able to allow your partner or partners to, you know, take on the responsibility so you don't feel so weighed down. All right, so let's get to the work, passion, and community part of your reading. So the first card you have is the Eight of Wands again, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Five of Cups. So with the Eight of Wands, it's definitely asking you to communicate some sort of imbalance that's happening, because it's making you focus on the negative of this project, of this community. Did I shuffle those right? I don't remember if I shuffled them. I'm gonna keep them falling out. Okay, so yeah, something that's pretty straightforward. It's asking you to communicate what that looks like. It's asking you to, you know, again, I think there's a theme of, two cards came out. Oops. There's a theme of taking on too much. So yeah, you have the Five of Swords and the Son of Swords in reverse. So to clarify, the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So it definitely is making you feel some type of way. Like it's making you almost lash out probably at others, or other people are engaging that behavior with you. Because with the Five of Swords, it has to do with kind of conflict that's definitely like a battle of words. And also, it has to do with kind of scattered thoughts. So maybe you maybe you just don't know how to go about asking people to provide the same sort of reciprocity that you provide reciprocity in your relationships with them, in terms of how this project works out, in terms of what your community responsibilities are. Because with the Son of Swords here in reverse, which is also known as the Knight of Swords, in reverse, it has to do with movement. But right now, this movement is stagnated because of this conflict, this inner conflict, this unsureness of how to move forward. Ooh. Two cards came out. All right, you have the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune came out again. All right, Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely, I think this is speaking to the upcoming lunar eclipse that's happening, and lunar eclipse is happening in Leo, which is your opposite sign. So definitely this is going to be a situation that's going to force you to, that's going to be a ripple. Yeah, it's going to be a ripple to other aspects of your life. Because this theme of the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, this sort of cycles, these cycles are happening, especially with the 6, the 8. 8 has to do with patterns and habits, as well as communication with the 8 of Wands in particular. So definitely, I'm gonna clear, no, okay, definitely is saying that it's really crucial for you to make a decision around the situation that you're in, so this disappointment doesn't continue. Because if you keep looking at what's wrong, you're not going to be able to bring in this Wheel of Fortune energy. You're not going to be able to bring in the very full power of the moon, which is, you know, in some aspects it's something around confusion, like I said. In other aspects, in the context of this career or this work passion and community aspect, is like it's asking you not to be distracted with the petty things that are going around you, even though, and not just stoop to that level, so that you're able to move forward to this Wheel of Fortune energy. Yeah, definitely. So, to your spirituality and higher purpose. So you have the Strength, the Tower card, Strength reverse, Tower card in reverse, and the Star in reverse. Do I usually do these reverse? I don't remember. Yeah, I think so. So what you're definitely trying to do, what your challenge is this month, is to figure out how to get to a place of inner strength and inner guidance as well. Because it's going to be important for you to be able to trust yourself, so you're able to move forward in a way that brings in things that serves you, and that honors how powerful you are. Because if you're just around negative energy, you won't be able to. You won't be able to really see your full potential. And to clarify the Tower, you have Temperance here, and Temperance is all about definitely balance, finding balance. And so with the Tower reverse and the Temperance here, it's saying like there's gonna be a situation, or has been a situation, where you're gonna be like, because with the Tower card, it's like sudden changes, and these sudden changes are things that you knew were going to happen, and it's going to require you to have some sort of understanding of balance for you to kind of rearrange things in a way that works for you. That isn't about adjusting yourself to other people, but adjusting yourself to what makes sense for you. And it's going to force you to do that. Like, you knew you had to do this, long time coming. The universe is coming in and kind of pushing it through, because it wants you to have this Wheel of Fortune energy here. You know, the Wheel of Fortune energy comes up twice here with the love and career, and love and work. So with the outcome here is the Star in reverse, and all right. Oh my gosh, these cards are slippery. The Star in reverse, and then the Death card. So I think, you know, with the Star, has to do with healing and having a sense of hope. And I think definitely with the Death card present, it's like that sense of hopelessness is going to change. Once you feel like you're able to, you know, feel stability in your surroundings, you're going to be able to feel really powerful, like I said, and be able to flow with this change, as opposed to with the Tower energy here, it feels forced. So now you're able to shape what that looks like, so you're able to have this sense of hope again, and that's also asking you to have this sense of vulnerability. And definitely with again, going back to the message of release, this message of personal responsibility, instead of blaming yourself, you know, allowing you to be vulnerable to yourself is what's really going to be highlighted during this period. And then, so your advice cards are: collaboration brings more sweetness into my life and into the world, and I forgive and let go with loving ease. These cards are so funny. So definitely collaboration is speaking to, you know, really, like I said earlier, we're speaking to releasing this need to be able to take on other people's baggage, take on other people's shit, you know, and communicate in a way that you understand that that you're not you don't have to take it all on yourself. Collaboration has to do with equity. It doesn't have to do with one person taking on the other thing, one person taking on everything. And the forgive and let go with loving ease is releasing this blame. And I think it's saying, you know, forgive yourself so you're able to release all these things. Like I said, these stories, all these messages, all this baggage, all this trauma that's been present, and to feel really powerful and to be able to move forward. So things are a lot more, like your backpack is going to be a lot lighter when you release it. So you're able to, you know, move forward in a very easy way. All right, so that's your reading. Thanks for watching. And if you like a personal reading from me, email me or go to my website, truthistchangetarot.tumblr.com, and it's in the description below here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Blessings.